welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for unboxing and review, and as you can see, this says Onoto. So yes, this is another Onoto box. This was a pen I bought on eBay, and this was actually towards the end of last year. It's actually quite a special Onoto as well, and you'll see why when I unbox it. But if I lift the lid, first off, you see here this lovely blue lacquered box, and the actual edges do not actually fold down. So I'm just going to remove the box from the outer box here, and you can see here it has this very beautiful blue lacquered box. Says Onoto here, and it's got a felt here on the base of that box. If I lift the lid, you will see here not only a pen, but you will see Onoto, and this is the Oxford Vermeil, so the University of Oxford, number 2 of 100, so the second pen made. There isn't any sort of tray underneath this top tray, so I'll just put the box away and I'll show you the pen. So the pen here is actually quite stunning. It is a sterling silver with gold vermeil over the top, gold plated over sterling silver. You have the Onoto coin finial there, and this is the University of Oxford. And I typically don't normally do gold pens or gold plated pens to this extent of gold. I'm more of a silver person when it comes to pens. However, I saw this and it was a very good price, and I decided that I would make an offer, and the seller accepted, and it's now in my collection. But you can see here that pattern is really quite beautiful there, very intricate. You've got the Onoto clip, the pattern continues down onto the body, and then it says Onoto the pen, made in England. Very, very nice pen, and you can see here it's got a number 7 size Onoto 18 karat gold nib, and this is I believe a fine nib. Now I think it actually may say, no, I thought it may have said there on the edge of the nib, but it does write a little bit more like a fine to me. I think it was advertised as a medium though. It's a really decent size in my hand. You can see this. Can I post that cap? Yeah, it's not really designed to do so. It's not going to stay on the back of that pen. And if I unscrew, it's a cartridge converter, and I have inked it up here. You can see that there. It is actually quite a weighty pen, and you'll see that when we do the weight check. There is no limited edition number though on the pen. I think Onoto started doing that a little bit later, and likewise there isn't really anything here on the cap band either. Like, there's no Onoto there or University of Oxford. Again, that was something I think Onoto started doing a little bit more later. But this is really quite a nice pen. It's a decent weight. It's very long in my hand. I don't need to post that cap. Really is quite interesting. It is a screw thread, but very, very nice. I think let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at about, I want to say, 157 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we are looking at 67 millimeters in length. And then the length of the body, tip of the nib or tip of the tines, we are looking at about 135 millimeters in length. So that for me is definitely an oversized pen, and you can definitely see that in the size of my hand there. It really is an oversized pen. So I think with that, let's do a weight check. So the full weight of the pen, and bear in mind this is inked up, it's 92, just nearly 93 grams in weight. So that is a weighty pen. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just over 40 grams in weight. And then the weight of the body inked up, we are looking at just under 52.5 grams in weight. So that is a heavy pen. It's not, I'm trying to think, is that my heaviest pen today? In my collection, yes, I think it is. I've got a number of pens around that weight, and that certainly is sort of around 92, 93 grams in weight, I would say is probably I think the most heaviest pen that I have in my collection. I think, tried one or two pens that were about over 100 grams in weight, maybe 110 grams, but this certainly is up there in terms of weight. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have the Cypress, and this is the Mackie Goldfish. We have the Cypress, and this is the Mackie Dragon. We have a Conway Stewart, and this is the Chatsworth. We have a Visconti Opera Master Savannah. We have the Onoto, and this is the University of Oxford Vermeil. We have another Visconti Opera Master. This is the Antarctica. We have a Visconti, and this is the Leonardo da Vinci Machina. We have a Montegrappa, and this is the Game of Thrones Winter is Here. We have a Visconti, and this is the Last Templar Jacques de Molay. And then we have the Mont Blanc Writer's Edition Jane Austen. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Onoto, and it's the University of Oxford Vermeil, and I think it was listed as a medium nib. I think it's a little bit more towards a fine, somewhere between a fine and a medium. I'm gonna list it. I'm gonna list it as a medium though. I think it's closer to a medium than it is a Western fine, and it's an 18-karat gold nib. The ink in here today is, and I'm just thinking about this now. This is Diamine Ochre. I was just wondering if it was another ink. In terms of line variation, I think, I would say this is more towards a Western fine. If I push it a bit more, I'm definitely getting towards a medium there. I kind of feel it still is a fine or fine to medium. If I do the figure of eights and then more vertical lines, there's no hard starts or skips there, but I do still think it's very closer to a medium probably actually than a fine. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. And we'll do a horizontal pass. So this is a wet nib, but not a fire hose nib. What do I like? What do I not like about this pen? Well, I like Onoto's. I think this is number 19 now of Onoto's. I like the sterling silver. I like the weightier Onoto's, the longer Onoto's. So that ticks all the boxes for me. Uh, it is Vermeil, and maybe for me, I'm not fully into gold bling. So if I had the choice, I'd definitely go for a sterling silver version of this over the gold Vermeil. And I've been looking at another one more recently that was available on eBay, and it was the Shakespeare. And again, very similar to this one, but it was about 3 times the price. And this one, actually, the Shakespeare, actually, when I say 3 times the price, it was actually a really not a bad price, but this was an insane price. So I was very happy to pick this one up at the price that I did. I like that it's a gold nib, an 18 karat gold nib. Uh, I do love how that nib writes, but I did say, it's a little bit difficult to judge this between a fine or a medium. I think it really puts down more of a medium line than a fine line on this one. I think it was advertised as a medium, but there is no nib designation in terms of nib width on that nib that I could see there. Other than that, there's really nothing else that I dislike about the pen. I think it's a really nice pen, and very glad that I actually picked up the University of Oxford regular version, the resin version, last year, and then I later on added the Vermeil version of sterling silver, which is this one. And would I like a Shakespeare? Yes, I would. Am I prepared to pay the price? Probably not. So, but there you have it. That's my unboxing review of the Onoto University of Oxford Vermeil in a medium 18 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.